So with that, Paul, so tell us, what's the most important thing to recognize for sellers to be successful on Amazon?
I guess the thing that comes to my head is, I mean, being successful, I mean, it takes a lot, but I guess I'm going to shoot this back at you. Do you think it's like personality, or do you think it's actually the ability to sell? Like you're selling chops or selling, I don't know, that your smarts, I guess.
Yeah.
Personality or ability selling.
So okay, so I mean, this is really the first question people need to ask themselves, and frankly, this question that you put is the reason why I started the podcast in the first place and called it Amazon Legends, because the kind of personality you have to have in order to be successful on Amazon has nothing to do with knowledge or experience or anything, right? You have to have a certain kind of personality. So the skills and the experience and everything else, and the methodology, the data and analytics and marketing, it's secondary. So let's cover each one individually. So what kind of a personality should people have?
Um, well, I think you need to be driven first and foremost. Like you have to be driven. You have to have a strong reason to do what you're going to do, right? You can't just like be like a wantrepreneur. There has to be some sort of defining moment that puts you from wanting to doing, to achieving. I think that it's kind of there's a common thread that I see in a lot of entrepreneurs. And I know that everybody says Amazon seller, but really Amazon sellers are entrepreneurs. It's one vehicle, right? And I think that key is you have to be driven. You have to be, I think, not okay with the status quo, that there's something in your life that you're wanting to change, whether that's you just hate your boss, or you whatever it may be. Maybe you're not satisfied with something. I mean, I think of the people that I meet all over the world. Like I was just telling you, I just got back from this insanely long trip, China, then Australia. And I'm very privileged in this world that I live in, because being invited all over the world to like speak at different events and things, I get to meet a lot of different people and become friends with a lot of different people. And this guy Andy, if you guys ever get the chance to meet his name is Andy Aykroyd. Actually, you should interview him on here. He's not what people would say as like this huge seller, but he doesn't want to be. Like, he wants to sell enough so that he can have fun with friends and build a network in a community. And so I think about him, like, he wants something, and what he wants is different than what I want. But that desire is driving him to sell, to continue to better himself. And Andy's in his 70s. I think he's 72, 73, something like that. And guy has like crazy life. Like, he's fought in a civil war in Zimbabwe. Crazy. Yeah, like just crazy story. But lived in the Middle East for a long time, like South Africa. Now he lives in Australia. Just an amazing person. But I think of people like him, right? Like, his reason is he wants to be able to travel, make enough money to travel, go to events, meet people, and have fun. Versus somebody like Brandon Young, who, like, he's building an empire, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, but I think one of the common denominators between those two guys is that they're driven. They have
Right.
some drive, something that pushes them beyond the pain.
And money is, where does money fit into this?
Some people, I think that money is everything. But for me, I think of money is just a tool. Money in and of itself is empty. Like, if you're looking to money make you happy, like, it won't. I mean, I've been in phases of life where I've had a ton of money. And don't get me wrong, like, it's easier to live when you have more money than you don't. But I mean, we met through a good friend of mine, Lauren Petrullo, who you interviewed on your podcast.
Yeah.
And I've known her for years. And I invited her to speak at an event that I held in Fiji.